Once again, we're here at a top secret location with beer, champagne and Halo Reach. As well as the game, we'll be talking to a bunch of guys who've worked on the game and also checking out how big Rio Ferdinand is in comparison to Jason Bradbury. All coming up momentarily. What was your guys' main feedback from previous Halo titles that your fans wanted you to put in the last, kind of like last hurrah for Halo? And how did you track that basically?
I mean, we've had a really good relationship with our community, obviously throughout all of our games, and it's something that it's a core pillar of our studio is our community interaction. So, it's kind of hard to generalize. I said, if I had to pick one sort of general sentiment, I think everybody would be really happy to have a game that felt more like Halo Combat Evolved than any of the other Halo titles, and that in a large part you could certainly say that about Reach. While it's still an original experience, and we've tried to go through and find the best parts of every game and carry them forward and improve upon them to really truly have this culmination of the whole series, we did intentionally spend time thinking about how we would go back and make the game feel and play and sort of recapture that magic that people experienced in the first Halo game. Did
you look at ODST and see what went really well and kind of work off of that? Because that was one of our main positives about ODST. There was an emotional kind of single player experience from ODST which we wanted to see again. Is that where Reach is coming from?
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, right. The ODST is obviously a different story or a different way of telling a story than the previous Halo games in which you had a squad of ODSTs to tell the story. And in Reach, it's very similar with the squad of Spartans.
Didn't think anyone survived Benghazi, sir.
Spartans never died, George. They're just missing in action.
And the way you play the game is more akin to like Halo 1 to 3. It's more of a linear progression of missions, but certainly with the having Noble Team, the group of Spartans that you fight alongside with, we could tell a very sort of more human, grounded story and get their sort of story of Noble Team during the fall of Reach and the loss and tragedy that they feel.
With multiplayer, for example, Call of Duty at the moment, kind of having its hands all over online multiplayer, what was your guys, how are you making this the multiplayer experience that everyone needs to be playing this Christmas or just throughout the next couple of years?
I mean, we've really kind of gone back and looked at our whole history. Halo 2 sort of, I think, in a lot of ways, certainly put the Xbox Live competitive multiplayer on the scene to begin with, and it was great to see how the Halo games even influenced the Call of Duty series, for example, and they've done a lot of great things as well. But I think we found a great mix of taking what works for us, pushing it even further. Just on a technical level, our networking and sort of systems like that are going to be even more refined than they were before. It's just going to be easier and faster to find your friends, to play with your friends, to find competitors, have really great skillful matches. At the end of the day, they're very different experiences online, and for what they do, it's a great game, and we do something very different. Ours is really more about putting people together of equal skill and trying to have really close, competitive, and intense matches. But with things like the Arena, which is our highly competitive sort of seasonal offering for people online, a little bit like a League, I think that's going to appeal really a lot to hardcore players. And things like armor abilities and our new aiming mechanics definitely add another layer of depth and strategy to our game that haven't been there in the past. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to make skilled players get rewarded even more, and they're going to have a little bit more satisfaction out of playing. But on the other hand, for people who just want to play for fun, we're going to have all sorts of stuff to do. Invasion Slayer and our big team battle offerings with new vehicles and things just blow up bigger than ever before. And I just think it's going to be a lot of fun for anyone who just enjoys just shooting stuff with their friends in Firefight, for example, or really wants to try to be an Onyx-rated top player in the world.
Obviously, it's totally it's really sweet to actually see the response of fans, and we're really excited right now to release the game to the public, not only to see the reaction to the campaign and story, but also play multiplayer, play Firefight, and also the customization, like what are people going to come up with, what game modes are they going to sort of invent, and what are they going to build in Forge and Forge World. So that's really cool. And then the other end, yeah, like we're a little sad to sort of part ways with Halo and hand off the Halo series, but we're looking forward to moving on to other things at the same time.